All right, back to rap though. So you said earlier you think Lil Skies wanted to fall off. Firstly, context. Do you think he fell off? Do you think he's making money now?
I think he's making money.
How much money do you think he's making a month?
At least 15.
Just off royalties?
Bare minimum.
Yeah, I think he...
How many monthly listeners does he have? Guess. Guess before you look it up. I'm guessing 8.
8? I was going to say like 30, but I think you're right. I actually think I've seen it at 8. That sounds about right. Because he had such mega hits, people still play to this day.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. But he also doesn't have any like relevant songs right now. He has
16?
5.6, bro.
Damn.
Wait, let's check Ken Carson's. So Yeet just hit 20 mil because of the Drake song. But Ken Carson has more than Lil Skies, 6.1.
I mean, that's impressive by Lil Skies.
Did he still at 5.6?
Yeah. That's not bad. 5.6 is a lot.
It is a lot. And he's independent now.
I think he's got at least 15. I think he's getting 15 in royalties. However much they pay out like quarterly or something or twice a year, but
like on average.
Yeah.
And so you think that he wanted to fall off?
Yeah. Because I mean, he had a kid, and I think he was.
Or do you think that he was just not smart enough to keep it going?
I think he wanted to fall off. Well, I don't think he initially.
Why is he starting again then? I feel like if you want to fall off,
what is he doing right now?
He's been dropping songs.
What was the last song he dropped?
Exactly. I'll tell you right now. He dropped Out My Way October 13th. That's last Friday?
You're trolling.
I'm not trolling you.
Whoa.
Yeah. I didn't even know about this. It might have been like a music video that dropped before because I feel like he does that. Like just randomly.
Okay, so going back to why I think he wanted to fall off. Maybe he didn't initially want to fall off, but then he thought like his momentum would carry, and then I think he realized he's like, oh, people don't really care that much now. So I think he enjoys being able to release music and not have the people paying attention to him that aren't like his actual fans that are just like, yo, new Lil Skies music, thanks man, and listen to it. I think that's what he wanted. Not to have the pressure of, damn, I got to stay lit and I got to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of lose creative control when you're that big.
Yeah.
Because then you kind of have to just drop songs just for...
lukewarm fans.
Yeah. You just have to drop songs for the lukewarm fans or just for the numbers.
Yes.
And now you can kind of do whatever you want. Because he has the money coming in. He has nothing to prove.
When was the last time he complained about something?
Him?
Yeah. Because I know if he complained about something...
Like a year ago.
What was he complaining about?
So
fans?
He was performing at Rolling Loud, I think. And he was jumping around.
Oh, yeah, and
nobody knew his song. And he was wondering why. And it's like, dude, you haven't done shit.
Was it a new song?
No. It was an old song.
Damn.
Yeah.
But it was in Canada.
I don't know where
it was. It was in Canada.
Regardless, Canada is like basically America culture, right?
Maybe.
I feel like it's pretty adjacent. Like not only geographically, but...
They've been running down on people in Canada. I don't want to disrespect them. Okay. No, I do think culturally it is pretty different. But it like music translates. Yeah, you're right.
Drake's
like a hit here is a hit there.
Yes. I mean like...
Especially a hit like...
They're tapped in.
Yeah, they're tapped in for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, who's coming out of there? Let's be real.
Drake?
Yeah, what, 15 years ago?
Did you see Drake put on the... I told you about this. Did the green light on Andrew Tate?
Yeah, that was a funny video. That was a hilarious video.
See, again, I don't think he...
So do you think Lil Skies wanted to fall off?
No.
So you think he... Well, I mean, he's...
I'm going through his discography.
He's handling it pretty gracefully. Why would he move to middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania then, where he's from, if he didn't want to fall off? You're not Ye.
It's kind of bitch made. Take your foot off gas.
I mean, you got to want to fall off to do that. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he wanted to fall back. Or let's say fall back, right? We gotta dress up the words. I think he wanted to fall back and raise a kid, which rappers don't want to do. You know, Cardi, his girl spit out that kid, and he's like, "You gonna keep raising that kid? F that kid."
He got another one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure
he got another kid.
Yeah.
I thought he gave her an,
One, two.
I thought he got rid of that.
I think he's there. I think it's still his.
Oh, I mean, he got arrested for no reason then.
But I'm saying, if he wanted to fall off, he wouldn't have kept dropping.
Can you spike an abortion pill?
I don't know.
You think Bill Cosby was doing that?
Who?
Bill Cosby.
I don't think
like if they're dropping
I don't
these
think little
pills,
people can have babies.
Yes, they can.
I mean, how young were they?
Bill Cosby wasn't getting with underage chicks.
I thought that was the whole thing.
No.
Who was he getting with?
Grown women.
So what was the issue? Oh my God. Oh my God.
The issue is they said, oh, he was giving them quaaludes and stuff like that.
Nah, it was more than that. I mean,
that's what it was. That's literally what it was. They called him Pill Cosby.
I thought it was with fucking kids.
No. Bill Cosby didn't touch no kids. Ever.
You're just saying...
No, it's facts 100%.
Well, because he wasn't...
He wasn't even accused of touching any kid. Even close to...
So why was that a narrative?
It wasn't a narrative. You just created this out of your mind.
There's no way.
Dude, I promise you.
I've been living a lie. Bill, what do I even look up for this?
Just look up Bill Cosby. Just look up Bill Cosby charges.
Let's just accusations.
Yeah, you're not going to see minor anywhere associated with that.
There were also 2 instances of alleged CSA.
That's
both
cap.
Involving 15.
That's cap.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it was...
But that wasn't the main thing.
I didn't just make it up, though.
Yeah, honestly, I'd never even heard about that.
Yeah, because I feel like it's worse.
So do you think... you don't think Lil Skies fell off? Or it wanted to fall off?
No.
Do you think he wanted to stay lit?
As a man, I think we all want power and, like, success, right?
Yeah, but what if you've experienced the power and success?
I feel like I think he's even talked about depression, potentially becoming famous, and then, I don't know, like all the scrutiny that comes along with that, and that he wanted to fall back maybe or take a break, let's say, not fall back. And then he thought he was going to come back.
Well, fall back is taking a break.
Okay, yeah. And then come back and like still be lit, but that's just not how social media works anymore. So I think, say like Ugly God.
Mm-hmm.
Ugly God fell back, right? From his, wherever he was, stardom. And then he hasn't really dropped anything yet because he didn't want to fall, like he didn't want that. It was kind of like legal issues.
But he was never as lit as Lil Skies.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, even before the legal stuff happened, he wasn't dropping anything. Ugly God was never going to drop anything, man.
So was he a serious artist or not?
No, I think when he was done, he was like done, but he just kept kicking the can down the road. I think he thinks that he's going to drop, and he had issues with like his Instagram and stuff like that. But even when he had his Instagram, he wasn't going to drop, man. It's just a new excuse to not put stuff out. I think it's like he's his own, like he's got a roadblock in his mind. I don't think Lil Skies is the same. Lil Skies had multiple hits. And Lil Skies was never had a perception issue. Like Lil Skies was never seen as like, oh, is this person a meme? Oh, is this person going to make serious music? Like what's the deal with that?
Well, so here's the dates for you. Welcome to the Rodeo was like his debut album. Great album.
No, I thought Life of a Dark Rose was.
You're right. Welcome to the Radio was a great album still, but it was a sophomore album. Okay. So
His
no,
peak
Welcome
wa-
to the Rodeo is a song.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Spotify. It's like showing up as singles for some reason.
Shelby was the second album.
Right.
That was where he peaked. He did 51K.
He did 51.
Or 55.
Okay, that's what it was. That was in what year?
2018, 19, 2018.
I'm looking for it. It's not even here. Okay, so that Life of a Dark Rose was 2017. Shelby was 2019. That was only 2 years. Okay, then he took another 2 years to drop Unbothered. So it's not like he really
He fell off after that. Unbothered didn't hit.
right,
That was the one that did 16K, right?
right. So that's 2 years between each of these albums.
And one of those years was COVID. It was 2020.
Right. That's not falling back because that was the same consistent schedule.
But he was dropping singles, and he was in the mix. Like, after Shelby, he was not in the mix. We didn't see him with anybody. We didn't hear, he wasn't featuring on anybody's stuff.
So, do you think maybe it was label issues? He was like,
I mean, he was going up, so why would it be a label issue?
well, we all know when artists go up, they start arguing about the payments afterwards.
Yeah.
And so maybe after Shelby, that was 3 albums.
But Unbothered was still on Atlantic.
Shelby was 2 albums.
No, Unbothered was on Atlantic. So,
And so that flopped. And so what I'm saying is I feel like that was when he's been pretty consistent, honestly, but just in the day and age of social media, 2 years is a long time.
not gonna lie, it really didn't feel like that. Maybe stuff just started accelerating more. Like, that 2 years between Shelby and Unbothered feels like at least 3.
Yeah. I think it's because we're scrolling on the feed more. And so
And I think a lot more artists popped during the time he was gone for that 2 years.
yeah. So what I'm saying is I don't
But
think
the
he
2
meant to
years
do that.
for Life of a Dark Rose, he was popping and doing a bunch of shows and stuff.
Right?
So he was everywhere. And then he comes back with Shelby, and that's the one that had I think, on it. And then
And it had blue strips.
and then after that, I think he didn't
Nowadays
really,
part 2.
he didn't really tour on that.
And that was 2020 or that was 2019.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what
Because
date.
keep in mind who blew up in 2019. Polo G blew up in 2019. Lil TJ blew up in 2019. Lil Tecca blew up in 2019. Rod Wave took off in 2019. Juice WRLD came after him in 2018. XXX died, but like a bunch of people popped off in 2019.
Well, so you're
Blueface was in 2019. Now he doesn't really
you're
compete with
strengthening the argument of he didn't mean to fall off.
him. Yeah, honestly, maybe
He-
I was wrong.
he-
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was 3 years.
Because he has 2023 drops, his 2022 drops, 2021 drops, 2020 drops, 2019 drops, all singles I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think my
2018
I think
drops.
my intuition just crumbled.
I think that he just
But
he's-
why wouldn't he collab with any of these guys?
I think he's just bad at social media and branding.
Or like gauging what's going on? I think he unplugs. I think when he unplugged a lot.
Because he blew up off of a Lyrical Lemonade music video, which is not a strong, or it doesn't prove that you knew how to do it yourself in a way, right? Makes great music. Love Lil Sky's music. However, when you basically get, I'm not saying he's an industry plant, but when you basically get planted into the mainstream like that,
Like it happened really quick and it's kind of like, whoa.
you don't know how to keep that going. It's like,
So you're saying, you're kind of giving him props because you're saying he kept it going with good ass music, not knowing how to make
Yeah.
like the right.
he had a good brand with like the braids and the tattoos and shit. That was his thing. But then he like did the afro and was like, bro, you're the braids guy. Right?
Well, I didn't really
Or
think too much of that.
it's like
But I think you're right. I don't think he corralled his fan base.
and like the
Well-
polar opposite of that would be Juice WRLD. Blew up off the Lucid Dreams, but like everyone loved him. He knew how to work with all the artists loved him. He knew how to connect with people. He had the music as well. I wouldn't even say he was too active on social media on his own. Like he did Instagram lives and shit, but like I don't know. He was just more in tune with his fan base.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and Lil Skies just didn't know how to do that. So I think he just fell off,
Yeah, honestly,
not having the skill
that's-
personally. Because I think more music now is not the songs. You can get the hits, but then to keep it going and have like a core fan base, which I feel like Lil Skies is dwindling, that you need to have the social media skill or branding at least. Like Yeet.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeet knows how to, the aesthetic, the language, the whatever.
Yeah, he's got everything dialed in.
Yeah.
Or you have to have someone dialed in for him. Now, do you think he can come back?
Lil Skies?
Yeah.
I mean, I think anybody can come back if they get a good song. However, the latest music hasn't been that great. Like, it's nothing like his old music. Like, it's not catchy. It's not... I don't know. He blew up off... This is... A lot of rappers, I feel like, blow up off melodic music because it was popular back in 2017 and so on, that era. And then they think that they need to prove themselves, like Yachty with the bars and shit. And then that's what happened with Unbothered. He was more rapping, and then he just, like, nobody cared. That's not the type of music that he got fans from,
Yeah.
including myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he did fall off.
Yeah. Did I win the debate?
I mean, it wasn't a debate. We were exploring.
I know.
I mean, you were right. Yeah. Definitely. My intuition was completely wrong. I could have swore it was like 3 years that he didn't drop anything.
I mean, your opinion wasn't like...
And the fact that he dropped last week is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
Well, okay.
That's how you know he's independent.
It was called Out My Way. Let me look it up on YouTube real quick. Out My Way, Lil Skies. Because maybe it was like a re-release or something. Yeah, it says 3 days ago. It has 152K views on YouTube, though.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
Running ads.
Come on, man. He's independent. He's not doing any of that.
Yeah, he is.
Come on, man. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
You already cooked him too hard today.
Because, like, I'm looking at other YouTube channels that posted the song. They're smaller pages.
I think it makes sense that he gets that much in a couple of days.
Well, TikTok Vibes posted it. It has 803K views.
Wow. Hey,
TikTok.
maybe we're not tapped in.
Well, I'm seeing reactions. I'm not seeing any.
Who's the distributor for it?
I think it was his own. Let me see. Out My Way. All We Got, which is his own label.
Not bad. I think that's solid.
But, like, back to the... Say Lil Skies was not to have his prior catalog. Is he making good money independently?
You better start releasing a lot more.
Like, let's say it has 1 million views is what it looked like on YouTube. I can't see the Spotify, but 1 million in 3 days. What is
I
it?
think he's got at least 500 on Spotify.
Okay. So let's say he drops. Yeah, you gotta drop a lot of music, because if he drops 3 songs a year, that's only like $10,000.
Yeah, he can't be dropping out 3 songs a year.
Yeah.
When you're independent, hell no.
Loki gotta drop. If you're independent, you gotta, and they're not pushing it for you all the time. You gotta, or botting it. You gotta be.
You gotta be dropping
every week.
Yeah, you gotta drop a lot.
You're like a YouTuber, but on Spotify.
You gotta drop a lot.
Yeah. But then, are the views gonna, or the plays gonna translate?
Or like in his case, you gotta drop a lot, but. Because, you know, like he already has the audience. He doesn't have to do like all the marketing and shit. If you're like not lit, it's probably just better to drop and then just do whatever content gets the current existing songs popping or whatever.
Do you think labels are offering him money though? Because I feel like they are.
Yeah, of course. Labels are offering Ugly God money.
So what is the thing holding him back from doing that?
I think he's making enough money right now. And he's like, I don't want to do this whole thing again. Because I think he knows what it means if he signs again. He's like, well, I got to go through all of this.
But you can sign a distribution deal, which he probably did, to be honest.
Probably. I just don't think he thinks it's worth it. I don't think he has high living expenses.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably enjoying life, not going to lie.